All right, here it is. A casino might be coming back to Lake Las Vegas, but it's not what you think. There are brand new waterfront lots about to hit the market, some of the last true waterfront in the entire community, and the sports club just hosted its first professional tennis tournament. If you've been sleeping on Lake Las Vegas, this is the update that changes that.
I'm Chruszhet Hydron. I've lived in Las Vegas for over 40 years. Welcome to my channel, where local insight meets real guidance.
Hey, I'm Chruszhet. I love covering Lake Las Vegas. It's my community and I love advocating for it. In my 40 plus years of living in Las Vegas and Henderson, Lake Las Vegas is truly something special. That's the whole reason why I chose to live here myself. So every week I break down exactly what's happening in this market. No fluff, no sales pitch, just what's actually going on. Today, 4 things. A proposed casino project tied to the old MonteLago site, a brand new set of waterfront lots on the North Shore, a major upgrade at the sports club, and where the luxury market actually sits right now in dollars and cents. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with the one everyone's been talking about lately. I don't know if you've heard the buzz, but there's a private family office called Dewey Grace that has publicly announced plans to bring casino gaming back to Lake Las Vegas. The project is called L'Infinito. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And it's proposed for the Hilton Lake Las Vegas Resort and Spa. And a quick bit of history on that building. It opened as the Ritz-Carlton, closed in 2010, briefly became the Rivella, and was rebranded to the Hilton back in 2013. So this has always been the same 15-acre resort, just under different names over the years. Now, who's actually behind Dewey Grace? 2 names. Jeremy Johnston is the founder and chairman. He built his career running Integrity Partners, a global executive search firm that places leadership in gaming and hospitality. And running day-to-day operations is CEO Carl Stangeli, who previously served as chief audit executive at Caesars Entertainment. That's a compliance and internal controls background, which tells you something about how they're approaching this. This isn't a group with zero gaming world experience. Now, here's an important distinction. This is not a reopening of the old standalone MonteLago Village casino building. That was a separate, smaller casino down in the village, and it's been closed for years. What Dewey Grace is proposing is a new casino built inside the Hilton itself. It's the same general footprint, same resort, but a different structure entirely. Per their own announcement, the plan is phase 1, roughly 500 slot machines targeting a 2027 opening. And here's the name that matters if you know Vegas. The operator behind the gaming side is expected to be the Goggin family. If you don't know that name, here's a quick version. It starts with Jackie Goggin, who came to Vegas in the 1950s and became a downtown icon, owning places like the El Cortez. His son, Michael Goggin, built the Coast Casinos brand. That's the Gold Coast, the Orleans, the Sun Coast, and sold that to Boyd Gaming, and used the money to buy and personally run South Point. Now, his sons, John and Michael Goggin Jr., run the family's management company, Goggin Gaming, and there's already a 3rd generation coming up behind them. The specific entity tied to this deal is Goggin Gaming, run by John Goggin. And this part actually checks out well. Goggin Gaming has done exactly this kind of deal before. They've stepped into managed casinos owned by someone else under a license management agreement like they did at the historic Hotel Nevada in Ely. So they'd be running L'Infinito's casino floor under their existing license, not applying for a brand new one from scratch. Now, I want to be straight with you because this is where a lot of content out there gets sloppy. I checked this against the actual Nevada Gaming Control Board agendas, and as of the most recent meeting, there is no public filing, no agenda item for this specific project. There may be one in prior years past. Nothing under Lake Las Vegas, nothing under L'Infinito, nothing under Dewey Grace. That doesn't mean it's fake, because the Goggins are already fully licensed and vetted. A project like this typically wouldn't need the same 12 to 18 month new license process. It would just need property level approvals like internal controls and surveillance sign off once they're ready to move. That's a reasonable explanation for why we haven't seen it on an agenda yet, but I want to be clear, that's my read on it, not a confirmed timeline from the board. Right now, this is a proposed project for the developer's own announcement, not a confirmed regulator-approved casino. I'll keep tracking this one for you every month so you get the up-to-date information. But here's the thing, the property itself is already changing, casino or no casino. Spa Rivella has already gone through a full redesign, and the hotel has started rolling out its guest room refresh. The first wave of updated rooms is already live, with the rest of the rooms being tackled in phases. And that rolling renovation isn't random. Part of the plan is clearing space in the lobby and amenity areas to eventually make room for that proposed casino floor. So even before L'Infinito is confirmed, the Hilton is already being repositioned for it. Next, and this one's real, this one's moving. There's a new parcel called N4 going into the market on the north shore of the lake, past the island. 35 high-end lots positioned at what's considered the best vantage point across the widest part of the lake. Here's why this matters more than a typical new lot announcement. These lots are already graded. That means the heavy infrastructure work is done. This isn't a builder starting from raw dirt, it's shovel ready. The parcel went into escrow with a builder according to Raintree, Lake Las Vegas's master developer, but as of right now, that builder's identity is still confidential. I don't have a name for you yet, but I will get that soon. I'm just not going to say it right now, and I'm not going to guess on camera. But what I can tell you is the pricing range. Expect these lots to start just under $2 million, climbing past $2.5 million for the true waterfront positions, which lines up with where Shoreline and La Cova are already trading. The bigger story here is Lake Las Vegas has basically sold through its original waterfront inventory. N4 is one of the last true waterfront parcels left to bring to the market. If you're a move-up buyer who's been waiting for lakefront to open back up, this is the parcel to watch. Now let's talk amenities, because this one's exciting. In March of this year, the Lake Las Vegas Sports Club hosted its first ever ITF World Tennis Tour men's final on brand new state-of-the-art courts. That's not a small thing. The sports club's general manager called it a major step in bringing high-level tennis to the entire east of the valley, and an area that's historically lagged behind Summerlin when it comes to tournament-level tennis facilities. And it's not stopping there. Professional tennis is expected to return to Southern Nevada again through the ATP Challenger Tour. Actually, I sat down with Sports Club's general manager Dan Battistone on one of my American Dream episodes, and he talked directly about these new and improved tennis courts and what they mean for the club. If you haven't seen that interview, it's worth going back to watch. Beyond the courts, members have also been seeing upgrades across the board: additional pickleball courts, a sauna, a plunge pool, and an expanded cardio area. Now, if you remember, the Sports Club itself opened back in 2017. It was built on the old Falls Golf Course clubhouse site, and it's also home to the UNLV Sports Science Center. So there's a real academic and athletic pedigree behind this club, not just a gym with a nice view. For buyers who care about lifestyle amenities as much as the home itself, this is a meaningful upgrade to what you're actually buying into. All right, last thing, let's talk numbers, because you know I always bring you the numbers. For homes priced at $1 million and above here in Lake Las Vegas, the median closing price came in at $1.42 million based on 22 closings in May of this year. And Lake Las Vegas isn't doing this alone. Along with McDonald Highlands and the Ridges, it accounted for 41% of all $1 million plus closings across the entire valley that month. A lot of that demand is coming from snowbirds and remote workers, people who want the resort lifestyle without giving up flexibility. And that demand is exactly why we're seeing new lot releases like N4 and amenity investment like the Sports Club expansion happening at the same time. This isn't random, it's all connected. So here's where that leaves us. A proposed casino that could bring real gaming back to this community, some of the last waterfront lots left to build on, a sports club that's leveling up its amenities, and a luxury market that's still proving out at over $1.4 million. Lake Las Vegas isn't sitting still right now, and if you're thinking about your next move out here, this is exactly the kind of market where timing and local knowledge actually matter. If this was helpful, please hit subscribe. I put these updates out every single week, and if you're thinking about making a move in Henderson or Lake Las Vegas, please reach out. That's what I'm here for. Next week, you don't want to miss this. I'm going deeper into the Del Webb lawsuit. There's a lot of buzz around this one and a lot of misinformation too. I'm going to break down what's actually being alleged, what it means if you already own in a Del Webb community, and what it means if you're considering buying into one. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.